What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and let's get straight into another macro Mondays. A lot's going on, a lot of fear in the market, fear stepping in, a lot of players getting scared. Solana coming down quite heavily today, Ethereum as well, both down almost 4-5% earlier today. And Bitcoin ultimately, again, just going sideways, guys. Just going sideways. It's been really boring. We've been going sideways for basically the whole month, and it is frustrating, guys. It is frustrating, and to be honest, we've actually been going sideways for over 3 months, but it is what it is. It's what happens in the crypto market. It's exactly what happened last time there was a big move, big move up, sideways, big move up, sideways. And what we're expecting is for it to go sideways and then eventually break out, and then bigger gains and higher prices to come. Bitcoin is holding up really well. The Friday, event was obviously unfortunate. Crypto was looking good for a higher move. Obviously, got hacked on Bybit with all the Ethereum and whatnot. But it's part of the game. It's part of the game. This is why you should never be all in. But especially with the trading account. But it's fine. Spot is king, and we are looking good over here. Bitcoin still stuck behind the 50-day EMA, so we are just waiting for a break and a multi-day close above this level, guys. That's what we want to see, something like that. This is what we want to see. Step 1, and then step 2, get above that 99.6, test this as support, and then we start that move to the upside. And it's very likely that it is, going to come. Bitcoin is holding up really well. You can see buyers are stepping into the market, leaving wicks behind. It's called a bullish absorption. But much more to chat about with Ethereum and Solana. These coins are looking pretty good, in my opinion. You can see the momentum is starting to build up here on the RSI. We want to see this get above 50. Also, the obviously unfortunate hack. But we love how there's worse news and price is holding up well. So that's what we want to see. Ultimately, we want to see Ethereum above this region over here. That's what we want to see. I'm expecting to move down to up to 3,100. I need to get into my Ethereum position again. I got stopped out on Friday. I moved my stop loss to break even, and yeah, obviously got smashed there with the news, the dump. So I'm looking to scale into another trade. I'm going to wait for a bit longer because there's two ways you can view this. You can see this as a potential bear flag, which I don't think is extremely likely. That is very possible. Obviously very possible. So I'm waiting for a higher time frame break over there. So yeah, got stopped out of that trade. So I'm going to be looking to scale into this trade. Obviously, this is major resistance. So I think the plan is for this week is to wait for Bitcoin to get above the 50-day EMA, start to show some strength, and then we look for the longs on altcoins. If you look in the get-in spot is really, really key here. I think spot is king over here. And this is a very likely target to get tagged. Massive gap over here. Price just nuked straight through. We didn't really test it properly. So this also happened on the weekend, guys. So this is very likely to get filled. So, we are looking for a move up into the zone, but it's about that point of invalidation. And looking at ETH now, this point of invalidation would probably be below these lows over here created last week, because if we take that out, it looks like the bear flag will play out, and then we're just gonna have to be very patient. We're gonna have to be very patient. No more money for spot. I feel you, bro. I'm in a very similar position, but we don't mind, guys. We don't mind. We built the majority of our ETH position around here and around here, a little bit in these zones over here. So our average price is probably around price right now. So we're not too worried. It is frustrating. It is frustrating. But if you zoom out, this is looking good. This is looking really good, guys. Forming some kind of ascending triangle, and it is frustrating, but there are some big moves that can happen here. I was looking at the minimum target of this move, this break out of the range. This is the true range over here, and that breakout takes us to all-time highs. So this is my minimum target for Ethereum. I wouldn't sell any Ethereum underneath 4,700 straight, guys, straight up. Wouldn't sell anything over there. Will this take time? It can. Will this take the whole year? Maybe it does, but at this point we may as well wait, because we've been waiting for a 5K ETH for a year now. So we may as well wait a bit more, guys. There is no rush. So let's be patient. And I think this is going to be breaking to the upside very likely. I think it is, being suppressed for bigger players to accumulate, and people are getting frustrated. So people are exiting the space, and that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate for them because this is most likely to go higher, guys. Solana, a lot of FUD and fear at the moment, but what I was looking at on the 4-hour time frame was a bit of bullish divergence over here. Obviously, RSI ticking up on the 4-hour time frame, price coming lower, but we could easily get three drives over here. So what you'd be looking for would be maybe price to come up again, and then we sweep the lows again, and then you get your RSI looks something like this, and then this is where you'd be going long. Wait for a price to move up above this candle over here. Once we're trading above this candle over here, then you are looking for a price to go higher with some bullish divergence. 3 drives is what we're looking for, guys. Remember, 3 drives of bullish divergence. And one thing I want to have a look at on the daily time frame is Sol ETH, guys. Sol ETH. Sol is also one of my biggest spot bags, and is it time to put it into ETH? It's a good trade in my opinion. I was looking for this to play out, massive cup and handle over here and price to move here. Personally, I would probably be 50-50 Sol ETH at the moment. But one thing that I am looking out for is this trend line breaking to the downside over here. Okay, so this is looking quite scary in my opinion. You can see a massive daily uptrend here for 530 days, and this is breaking down today. So see it as you must. I mean, it's still bullish technically. This is the level that you want to not break, this level over here. But if Sol ETH does come down another 6%, then a rotation into ETH, which is the title of today's video, is definitely on the cards, guys. Definitely on the cards. Solana has been the big hitter. It's been the ultimate trade. I've done pretty well on Solana this cycle. I got in about 24, sold most of my Solana at about 60, 70 odd. And then I got in again at this 120 level. So I took a nice ride up here and then a nice ride up here again, which ultimately I have round tripped. We're still up 20 odd % if it did come down. But this is a very, very, very important chart to take note of, the Sol ETH over here. It is still bullish, guys. Why is it bullish? Well, it's making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so here's when we started the move up. Higher highs, higher lows. And ultimately, this is most likely just going to be another higher low. But if we start to, get below this over here on Sol ETH, I think this would be the line in the sand. We start the bearish market structure. If Sol ETH drops another 10%, then it is better to, put this back into Ethereum or rotate it into Ethereum, and then we go from there. Obviously, massive, volume over here from Sol ETH, a lot of people trading. This was probably a lot of ETH going into Solana and then big players maybe going the other way. But if we do lose this level, something like that, come up, and then this is where you'd most likely be looking to rotate your Sol into ETH. So, I mean, I wouldn't get emotional about this trade at all. I think it's a good trade. We spoke about Ethereum going up to that 5K region, which is a nice move from here. And ultimately, we are just rotating, Solana. I think Solana very likely comes back up to this 260 region this cycle. Will it break 295? I'm not sure. But this 260 region this would be the ultimate, lower high to roll over going into next year. But if you look at the moves, that's an 80%, 85% move to all-time highs. And Ethereum is, roughly the same, 50%, but our target is up there again, 80%. So much of a muchness in terms of gains. But the Sol ETH is very important to keep an eye on. For the rest of the quarter, for the rest of March and April, I think we're going to have a look at Sol ETH. and just make sure that, we're not missing anything. So currently we are breaking down, where is the trend line? It's like we should be on the weekly time frame. So let's go to the weekly time frame actually, because it is a weekly uptrend, of course. And we probably aren't breaking down yet, but it's definitely, I would definitely mark this, put this in one of your key charts to analyze. Very important. This is, maybe it's at support, guys. Maybe it's at support, and this is the perfect time to be rotating the other way. But definitely watch out for this to break down. If this starts to accept and take out the 0.053, in the next few months, then that would be your sign of concern, guys. That is some concern. And if we start to lose the 50-week EMA over here, it will stop it looking ugly, guys. Something like that. Then we can see the bottom of the range, but I mean, that's very bearish. But this is Sol ETH, guys, Sol ETH. And definitely one to watch out, guys. Mark this one off your chart. Let's make it green over there. This is one to watch. So there we go. That's the potential rotation plan, but we aren't there yet, guys. We aren't there yet. So we're going to go back into the charts now, technically at support. Let's go into some more charts. XRP, we're still in this trade. Yeah, I'm looking for this to play out. So this is still in a good position. If we had to long the zone over here, stops over here, and we do target all-time highs like that, 5-to-1 risk reward. But I'm personally waiting, if you just joined the stream now, I'm personally waiting for for Bitcoin to get above this downsloping resistance, get above the 50% level, and then start to tick up onwards and upwards. And I will be looking to rotate nicely into those tokens. Bitcoin dominance still, ranging over here. Still looking for the fair value gap to be filled over there, and it will look like a deviation. But currently we are testing this as resistance over here. So we are looking for this to be a deviation, of course, something like that. It could be a bigger deviation. What we want to see maybe is like a little move up and a big rejection down, get above there. And then once we break this upsloping support over there, then I think we will start to see your big movers on Ethereum, of course. USDT dominance, very close to the line in the sand, looking very scary over here. And I drew this risk reward today. This is the risk reward, guys. Basically, if we see a daily close above 4.66%, I think if we take out this high over here, it will be looking quite scary for the crypto space. But this is a good risk reward. So what you're looking for is like some kind of deviation, but you can also wait for it to be confirmed. And that's also a decent risk reward over there. But scaling into some spot position, of course, and then you'd just have a stop. If your daily candle closes above 4.66%, then it is looking scary. It is looking scary, guys. And then we are going to target the full wick over there, and then alts will be, I'm not sure if alts will be getting hit because Bitcoin dominance is at a top, but I can see, if that does happen, it will be looking quite scary for Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is holding the level, guys, so there's no need to be bearish at the moment. Total market cap also holding the level, as I've said for a long time now. The total crypto market cap is bullish above $3 trillion, and we are above $3 trillion. We are testing $3 trillion currently, and we are testing it as support. Why? Because as price comes down it gets bought up. And the reason why it's bullish is because that was the previous all-time high. Consolidation above the previous all-time high is bullish, guys. It's bullish, and you do most likely see another higher low over here, and then we do move into that $5 trillion region, which is the target, and that's where we'll be bailing out of the majority of our tokens, guys. That is the plan. The line in the sand, of course, is 2.74 trillion, 2.72 trillion. And if we start to close daily candles over there, it is looking scary. So what you got to do is you got to draw the risk to reward. There we go. That's the line in the sand. A daily close over there. We are out. And then we are targeting $5 trillion. So at the moment, crypto has a risk reward of just below 5-to-1. And that's looking good to me, guys. That's looking good to me. If you are an aggressive degen bull, then you'd be wanting to take this risk to reward, of course. This is the risk reward that you'd be taking. But if you are a conservative, not degenerate bull, then you'd be wanting to see price get above 3.27 trillion, flip this as support, and then start the move higher. And then all that does is now you would get a risk reward of 3-to-1, which is ideal. 3-to-1 risk reward is ideal, but it's confirmed. It's confirmed, guys. And then what you can do is this would be your trade. And then as price starts to take out the 3.75, then you're going to move the stop over there. And then our risk reward changes to 7-to-1. So in my opinion, this is the best trade, guys. The best trade is to wait for the total crypto market to reclaim $3.27 trillion as support. And then you'll be buying that next higher low, stops below. You can leverage, you can 4-5x leverage your trading account. And, that would be a great risk to reward trade. And we'd be holding this for a couple of months, guys. That is the best swing long. I've been posting setups, of course. I've been taking trades, but nothing major, guys. I've been trying to scale in because if this is the low, this is a great place to be getting in, which, most likely this is the low region. But if you are a conservative trader, we are waiting for $3.27 trillion to be flipped as support. And then we are moving up to $5 trillion, guys. That's most likely to happen before the end of the year. So that is the bullish hopium for you guys, of course. We are bullish. We've been bullish the whole time. And, this is bullish. This is obviously, some kind of correction, but this is more bullish than this is bearish. So we are in a bull market, guys. Total 3, we want to get above 950 billion. That is also the conservative bull zone over there. That's the trade. We get above there, flip it as support, and then we move onwards and upwards, of course. Okay, some other trades and tokens that are doing well. This is my green list. It's the ones I've been in recently. Sui holding up really well. This is the trade that we are in. And this looks like the perfect breakout right now. We've tested that as support over there. Can we come up and come down again? Of course we can before moving up. So I would definitely be scaling into the Sui trade. I think it's a good trade. Tau looking good as well. We had that breakout. Can we come down to the zone again? Of course, we can come down here, test this as support, and then move up. And then you'd want to, have your stop more around there. But we are in this breakout trade looking for this higher low to be defended. So this is the trade, and we are targeting $750 for Tau. So this is the trade, decent risk to reward, sitting in that. ENS also holding up, looking very similar to Ethereum. Is it forming a bear flag? Maybe. But the RSI is grinding up, and we are looking for bullish momentum to continue. The rest of the tokens are kind of struggling or grinding sideways. Phantom looking really good, is getting resistance at the 50% level over there. So this was the first target for Phantom, of course, was 89 cents from the breakout trade that we took. And I'm targeting the fair value gap, guys. The fair value gap is the most likely zone where this ends up going, and that's between $1.17 to $1.31. So that is the most likely trade for Phantom, and that is why, if you are looking to be conservative, you'd be taking profits there. You'd be moving your stop to break even, of course. And, if we start to lose the EMAs, it is looking dodgy. So this is a free trade, guys. This is your free trade that we did take at the early stages of last week. Otherwise, the rest of the market, it is bleeding. It is moving down. But looking for ETH and Solana to start forming bottoms in the zone over here, of course. So look at the liquidity quickly, because the majority of the traders are positioned short. So that means upside liquidity is normally favored. There is liquidity at 94.6K. So definitely mark this off on your chart. I'll probably be putting a limit order over here because I got stopped out of my other trade. And then 99.6K, guys. Everyone that went short on Friday. Insiders who probably knew that there was a hack, position short, news came out, price moves down, they've all got their stops over there, and they'll probably get targeted. There's a lot of liquidity over there, guys. And on the higher term time frames, we do have 92.5K if we start to lose the levels below us. Otherwise, a lot of liquidity to the top side, of course. Market positions, mostly short as well. Decent amount of liquidations, good volume. Yeah, guys, that's about it for the crypto market. For traditional finance, we'll cover this quickly. I've got load shedding in about 5 minutes. So the stream is going to bomb. This is living in South Africa. But DXY, we are looking for this to play out as soon as this happened over here on Wednesday last week. You know, we tested the previous support as resistance. We were looking for a move down to the 200-day EMA, which is happening, guys. That is happening over there. So we are looking for a move on the DXY to hit 105.6. So everything priced against the dollars, should rise. So we are expecting S&P 500 to get a reaction out of here. I'm not sure what happened on Friday. You know, I turn off my computer before the market closes and I check it today. Not sure about this, but you know, we are above the 50-day EMA on the futures, so it is still bullish. And yeah, it looks like a little breakout. You know, now we're testing it as support over here. Depends where you want to draw your trend line. But we are above the 50-day EMA for the Nasdaq, so we are expecting higher prices. Of course, VIX coming up. We are looking for the VIX to start to close candles below the zone over here. This is what we were looking for yesterday. We're gonna have to be patient on this one. But this could come up. You know, if this comes up here, stock market might struggle for a bit. But if it does come down, then we are expecting bullish momentum to continue. But that's basically the trade setups for today. MicroStrategy, not looking good, bruv. Not looking good at all. Below the 50% level. This could be the precursor for a move down for crypto, to be honest. We are looking for potentially 250. But let's see. This was previous support, so it should be support still, guys. It should be still support over there. Coinbase, yep, coming down below the 50. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Obviously, beat earnings, of course, towards the end of last week. But let's see how it reacts today. Obviously, the hack news is not bullish for crypto. And a lot of players will be playing more defensive. But let's see, guys. It is Monday today, and we do get that false move. But I think that's a wrap for today, guys. I think the power's about to go off. So we'll see USD ZAR holding up. Of course, we are expecting this to move up, especially with the load shedding news. But because the DXY is coming down, you know, we are expecting this to come down. But this isn't coming down as much as the DXY, creating some kind of divergence. So we could see a move up for the dollar ZAR. But let's wait and see, guys. Nothing confirmed. But guys, hope you guys have a great week. And we will see you guys towards the end or towards the mid of this week, probably Wednesday. But guys, trade well, stay safe, and